Hey guys, and welcome to this video where it's going to be a Reus player review. It's the pink one, it's the 91 rated, and as you can see right here, 10 games, 20 goals and 2 assists, and he was absolutely amazing. He's got 94 pace, 91 shooting, 92 passing, 93 dribbling, 45 defending, and 76 physical. And for most of the games I did play him at striker, however for some of them he was at left forward at the start. And the games were in divisions, as I had relegated myself, that some of them were quite low, so it was like Division 6, Division 5 type, but I also went into the Futties Cup and did actually win it for the 4th time. And yeah, basically he was just a great player, and yeah, no one could really stop him. Like, his best attribute was probably dribbling. It was just absolutely insane the way he could just run in and out of players and all that kind of stuff. And you know, his shooting was magnificent as well. His pace, like, no one could catch him. And yeah, he was just absolutely insane. Like 20 goals in 10 games, which is mental. It's just so weird. Like, he didn't start off great for me. I had to get used to him. And once I did, like, every time I got in the ball, I would never pass it, which could be, you know, a bad thing because I probably didn't score as many goals because of it. But right here, we're looking at his stats. He's got 92 acceleration and all that. I think he's got like 96, 95 sprint speed. He's got 89 finishing, 94 free kick accuracy, 93 long shots. Good shot power, volleys. I think he had 89 finishing as well, which is sick. He's got the 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. He can play at cam or left wing. However, I was playing him at striker, and just look at his specialities: acrobat, free kick specialist, dribbler, and speedster. But yeah, that was the team I was mostly using for the games. But yeah, so we're going to start off here with the first clip, and it is Vidal playing over to Reus, and just look at this close control and then a great finish from outside the box, and he was just so good at that. I had a couple of issues with some of the finishing. Like, for some reason, I think it was like one of the games, he had like 11 shots and only scored 1 or 2 goals because the goalkeeper just saved everything. And he is like the rage quitting mission. Like, if you come up against him, like, most people were just rage quitting. He was absolutely destroying defenses. Like, look at this, dribbles inside, cuts back again, and then just finishes that. And this was actually against someone I talked to after the game, and yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. He also watches my videos, so that's alright. And right here, we get another goal to make it 3-0. And yeah, so like, once again, Reus, he just does a, you know, fake shot. He goes through the whole defense, and he's scored again. Once again, like a little fake shot, blasts it from distance, and it's just an unbelievable strike into that top left-hand corner. Nothing the goalkeeper can do about it. And yeah, that just pretty much sums him up as a player. Like, the best thing about him was his dribbling. Like, he was just so good that even if you did tackle him, he would keep the ball because he's got such good reactions and speed and all of that. And just like, look at that, he just bursts through the defense. Off his first touch, he just goes past him, and there's nothing they can do about it. I think there's some more clips of it as well, but like right here, Aubameyang plays it to Reus. You know, Reus, I'm like, what can I do? I can just cut inside. They can't stop you. And it's another great finish. Yeah, like, he just didn't really seem to miss the target. A couple of times they would get saved, although the goalkeeper like couldn't hold the ball. They would only be able to parry it. And yeah, it was like quite easy for him. And just like, look at this, look at the pace that he's got, and then he just like cuts back, cuts past that guy with just the close control dribbling that the defenders just can't get the ball off him. He also feels like really strong on the ball, so even if you do put it, even if they manage to put a challenge in, he's just gonna outstrength them. And like, look at this close control dribbling, and just goes past a couple of players and then just cuts inside, and once again another great finish. And this was, you know, one of those games where just Reus just went on a mad one, and you just couldn't stop him. Like, look at that. It's just great dribbling and a great finish shot into the right-hand side of the goal. And once again, just causes another rage quit. There was some more that I didn't put in because he actually caused so many. And then you're like, look at this shot. He just doesn't miss. So basically, that's mainly it about this player. He's just honestly the best player I've used on Ultimate Team. Like, you could argue 95 Griezmann is, you know, up there with him, but honestly, he's better than 99 Ronaldo that I've used on Foot Draft. Like, in my opinion, I mean, I haven't like properly used Ronaldo up front in a proper team or anything compared to this Reus, but you know, he is my favorite player right now, and just once again just holds off another player, scores another goal. And yeah, he does. I do go into the Futties tournament again. I think the footage will come up shortly of just me winning again. But this again, another season game. And you know, he just got me promoted. I was playing every second game with him, so, and like the other games were with the other team. But like once again, just great finish into that side of the goal, and yeah, just nothing the defense could do. I think he's like probably a little bit unfair, especially in these divisions. I will have to see how he does in like Division 1. That is why I went back into the Footies Cup, and you know, he did his job there. And yeah, I think this was actually the game that he struggled finishing. I think he only scored like a couple goals. But like, yeah, but we go into the Footies Cup, and this guy was a guy that I actually played in the final before. I think it was on the first one, and I actually won against him. So this was a tough game, and we score there. I think that, yeah, that was Royce. Great goals to make it 1-1, and I think in this game he scores 5, which is just unbelievable for a player of like, you know, his caliber. It's just, he's good, but you don't expect, I don't really expect him to score 5 in one game against a guy that I only won 5-4 against. So it wasn't like I destroyed him like 8-0 and Royce scored 5 goals. I only won 5-4 and he scored so much. I think, like, look at that. I mean, there's nothing the goalkeeper can do. He just smashes it into the roof of the net. And yeah, so once again, like, look, rainbow flick, and like they're pushing against him. They just can't get him off the ball. That's what I like so much about him, and just a power finish into the crossbar and in. And yeah, so if you manage to try like win the tournament, go for Royce. I've used Konoplyanka, he's great. I've used Aubameyang, he's great. But Royce is just on another level. As you can see, another shot from outside the box that finds the back of the net. If he didn't find the back of the net, we were usually getting out of it, a corner out of it. We were barely like having chances like actually miss the target and like fully. He hit the post a few times, but overall like his finishing was pretty decent. And right here, I think this was like the final or something. Royce goes through again and finishes it. It's a reoccurring theme. He scored 20 goals in 10 games, which is just absolutely insane. I've used him again since, and he just keeps up that goal scoring record. The only issue with him is when you dribbling with him, I feel like you don't pass the ball. There's a lot of highlights in here where I could, you know, send other people through and get goals, but I just decide to just keep dribbling with Royce, and that was it for the Cup. We have the mystery pack to open, and I open it. I get a premium gold jumbo pack, but unfortunately there's nothing inside it. But yeah, if you have enjoyed, please feel free to like and subscribe and all that. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Peace.